In addition to Holmes, it was Channing Robertson who in 2016 gave Warmanhoven confidence to join Theranos' board, even after media and lawyers had accused Holmes of fraud.
And he had just concluded organizing two, we call it blue ribbon panels, one that looked at the science of the biochemistry inside the box, and another one looking at the mechanical nature of the box to make sure that it was all viable and doable, and they both came back very positive. So I didn't get in deep to understand how far they were from go-to-market, but I did have enough confidence that the fundamentals were sound.
He clearly thought that she was special, and when she felt like starting a company, he's the one she went to.
He was being paid quite handsomely to work for her, and had a desk in their offices. And he claimed that he didn't know about that technology, and he claimed that he didn't know about the fact that that things didn't work. He claimed he didn't know things were being run on third-party equipment. I don't know what the heck was going on with him, why he wouldn't ask these questions, why he claims to have been completely in the dark. And he's the one that brought her around, got her credibility, and was paid handsomely, annually.
One former board member reportedly did ask the hard questions. According to ABC, Avi Tevanian, software engineer and former right-hand man to Steve Jobs, was asked to resign in 2007, following his ultimatum that Holmes be replaced as CEO.
The way that startup boards are usually, they're made up of venture investors, and they're made up of other people with domain expertise. And, at the early stage, later stage, corporations may, look even more widely for people who have domain expertise in politics and statecraft. Sure, because they have domain expertise in understanding how large organizations can run and interact with the rest of the world. Something's off from the very early stage.
I would say there was a lack of scientific mentorship overall. It was the assay teams, and that was it. There was little other science guidance given to the actual scientists.
So even Channing Robertson was not interacting with your group?
No, he wasn't present as far as I could tell.
That did set Theranos apart from the very beginning, and it was a red flag to other potential venture investors in the tech and particularly the biotech space. It's a biotech company that doesn't have the personnel or the procedures in place that a biotech company would need to have even at the very beginning stage to develop product.
In 2016, Theranos finally impaneled a medical board, and under new leadership, Holmes presented a scaled-back version of its updated device, the Mini Lab, to the American Association for Clinical Chemistry.
There's clearly been a lot of interest in your company. I would argue that a lot of that comes from the fact that there were these claims that were made that were very broad early on. 70 tests, the whole panoply of lab tests from a couple drops of blood. And the evidence that you presented fell far short of that. So how should we think about that?
Well, I think we fully understand in picking this place to come to introduce it that we have a lot of work to do to engage with this community. And I can tell you, I wish that I had started earlier in the context of building the scientific and medical board that we've had the privilege to build.
Under legal pressures and burning cash, the effort would prove too late.
Should the board have looked at its own composition and said, perhaps we don't have the level of expertise that's required for a revolutionary healthcare company?
Yes, but you're asking people to admit their own weaknesses. Let's give credit to Elizabeth Holmes. She was quite the charmer, and people just felt great and important. In their own minds, I'm sure they thought they were providing good sage counsel. But yes, of course, that should be a part of the equation as well.
Stanford Medical School professor Dr. Phyllis Gardner reportedly critiqued fingerstick draws as an impossible source from which to glean accurate results for hundreds of tests. She described Theranos investors as crazy and its board members as old men whose brains had gone to their groin. Yet the suggestion that Holmes' concept was nothing more than fantasy fails to account for a flood of diagnostic startups surfacing in her wake. Take Genelite and its Maverick analyzer that's FDA approved and on its way to running more than 100 common tests from a tiny drop of blood.
Over here is our proprietary technology. So this is a machine we just got cleared from the FDA, And what it's really good at is analyzing blood proteins. Nobody else has a machine that can analyze a large number of blood proteins in 15 minutes on the whole blood in a physician setting. So that's our ambition.
The Maverick can perform much of what Holmes envisioned. The device features a proprietary optical silicon sensor that detects color changes in light when it's exposed to targeted blood molecules. For now, blood comes from a low-volume draw taken from a patient's arm. And next is the FDA's decision for the Maverick to perform about 200 common diagnostic tests from a finger stick.
It is a politically charged topic to operate off of a finger stick. What you'll see when we take the blood out of the tube is we're going to take a tiny fraction of 1 drop of blood. Okay. So we've validated that our machine works on less than a drop of blood. We're going to add less than a drop of blood to it.
Less than a drop?
Yeah. So it's about 4% of 1 drop that we use.
In late 2020, the Maverick was also granted emergency use authorization to diagnose SARS-CoV-2, also known as COVID-19. It's one of 28 approved coronavirus and flu tests that can all be performed from a finger stick.
Eventually, how many tests are you hoping that Genelite will be capable of performing on one device?
That list is well under 200 tests. It's really about 100 tests comprise the vast majority of that. And there's only a few of those that we can't do. We can get to 95% of all commonly ordered tests in 15 minutes.
So what do you have to say to the critics who said Theranos' vision was science fiction?
Well, I think you just saw it happen in the other room.
So this is what the future looks like. A small sample of blood can perform hundreds of tests.
Exactly.
While not every test can be accomplished using a tiny drop of blood, the advancements show Holmes may have had the right concept and the right story without enough technology at the right time.
There's a difference between the idea and the execution, clearly. But decentralization of diagnostics and getting more data into the hands of doctors when they're making decisions is vital.
Beyond Genelite, investment in miniaturized diagnostics hardly dried up when Theranos was forced to close its doors. Similar startups have been proving the concept as anything but science fiction. There's Ethos, a Sequoia-backed in-home blood testing device touting technology to detect white blood cell count, viral infections, and cancer from a single drop. And Truvian's portable benchtop analyzer takes 5 drops of blood to deliver multiple assays within 20 minutes. If the latest technology is living proof that Holmes' concept was sound, where exactly was her Achilles heel?
If she had dialed it back and was straightforward about using commercial analyzers and was straightforward that, this is about access, this is about getting patients' blood draw somewhere else and that kind of stuff, and said that, and we're working on our finger stick technology, we're working on this, then, we could have gotten there, most likely.
This is an epic fail of a self-inflicted need for speed that proved to be very dangerous and fatal to the company, and we could have had an entirely different story. And on top of this, we have to do it at breakneck speed. And this was a case where literally and figuratively speed kills.
Hi everybody, Alexis Keenan here. Yahoo Finance wants to extend a huge thank you for watching our YouTube channel and to tell you that there's a lot more here that you can check out, including Yahoo Finance's very first documentary film, Valley of Hype. It's a deep dive into Silicon Valley's startup culture and the embattled biotech founder, Elizabeth Holmes. You can watch that right here starting August 30th, and don't forget to hit your subscribe button.